Trish. This is going to be your full moon in Cancer report. So the full moon in Cancer was active in Hawaii as of 7:48 a.m. this morning. So we are in full moon energy, okay? And this moon is called the full cold moon, the full long nights moon, and also the full moon before Yule, okay? And it's at 0 degrees. So we've been holding space for being open to belonging to somebody, something, an idea, a person, a place, a thing. We just want to belong. Doesn't matter what it is, but whatever is being highlighted in your chart right now, we want to feel comfortable and feel at home with that. Okay, so numbers for today are 0, 9, and 22. So we are healing through unconditional love. We're setting an example. We're holding space for feeling at home, and we are manifesting peace and creating stability. The moon is ruled by Cancer, and Cancer is also the 4th house of home, early and later emotional security, family, roots, old age conditions, your home, your attitude towards family, your ability to nurture people emotionally. It's also the sign of real estate, land, agriculture, gardening, the mother, the country of birth, mines, graves, underground places like subways, kinks or abilities passed on to you by parents, usually the father. It's also the sign of love and family, and it's the best listener of the zodiac. The type of energy, it's imaginative, sympathetic, empathetic, and remember that because a lot of us are going to have a heightened sense of intuition, okay? In fact, be empathic. And a lot of you empaths, you're going to feel this intuition coming in much stronger. And then there is a grand water trine, okay, and it's a psychic grand water trine, and I'll explain that more later when I get to the assisting transits. But it's the energy is protective, it's nurturing, loyal, it's compassionate, it's devotion and patience. I said extremely sensitive, right? I mean emotionally and energetically. It's romantic. It is very, very strong emotions. But at this point with Cancer is about being more receptive than active. So we are open to receiving, and we are open to coming home and belonging. Oh, and I didn't mention too, there's also the Ursids meteor shower going on, and it's been happening since December 16th through the 25th. And this, in addition to the full moon in Cancer, is a good omen for romance and happiness. So, and you'll notice it's not just the Christmas season, it is the energy as above, so below. Okay, so there's an extra oomph of love in the air right now. Now, also the Cancer is about having artistic excellence or literary excellence, and you're able to work best setting your own pace and not being restricted by any time. After all, time is an illusion, right? Excuse me. At this moment, you're having great memory, and everything is refined, delicate, and gentle. However, some of you can appear aggressive, but we're all emotionally vulnerable just under the surface, okay? Some of us are letting feelings fester, which is moodiness, quiet self-pity. There could be quick shifts in temperament. A lot of you will experience emotional exhaustion. But those of you that are in committed relationships, you're going to be feeling at your best. Now, the thing about Cancer is, the shadow side of Cancer is that you can mistrust love. You could be feeling unworthy of attention. You can be fearful, possessive, moody, critical, and self-pitying, and just a nag, okay? And on the physical side, physical things that could be effective is your stomach. You could be having digestive issues, issues with body fluids, lymph glands, and just the soft area in your midsection. You could be having issues. We are holding space for feeling at home and believing we deserve what we get in our karma, whether it's good or bad. And we're just wanting to belong to someone, something, or somewhere. Many people feel lost or displaced, and they're looking for their way home. They're looking to come home or be at home, okay? A lot of us are realizing that we deserve to be loved. And there's quite a bit of people who feel like they're not deserving of anything, but this is a time to believe that you're deserving of what you get, okay? It's time to be open to receive because we know we deserve. If you've never felt like this before, well, that's okay. This is ground zero. Holding space for the new. So for some of you, it could be a new feeling. For some of you, this is a tried and true revisit and the completion to this. Because it is a full moon, things are coming full circle. Okay, it's time to start feeling worthy. You are loved, you are worthy. And although this could be emotionally intense and draining for you during this period, there could be unexpected breakdowns that create breakthroughs, okay? And people can radically change and shift how they feel in regards to their baggage, to their old wounds and things that are being brought up to the surface to be dealt with and vented, purged, and healed. Some people will literally freak out. They're going to lose control of their emotions, and that's due to letting it fester, not facing it, just holding it in. And what happens when you hold something in is it builds pressure, and then it literally explodes as the energy makes its way externally. Now, some people could have been moody and in victim mentality. Oh, poor me, they did this to me. Again, still not recognizing their role in things because they're too busy pointing fingers elsewhere instead of looking in the mirror. Okay, denial of the creation of their reality. Okay, if you're in a bad situation, it was due to your choices. Okay, you manifested this. You did this to yourself, and you have the power to change it, okay? If you're not happy, if you're not comfortable with your situation, with your beliefs, with your home, with your job, with your people, then do something. Don't sit there and go, oh, poor me. There's going to be a lot of people that are coming from a place of fear, okay? But you you're a being of love, you need to come from a place of love and compassion, and that's going to be key in dealing with these people who are coming from a place of fear, okay? Choose not to join them and set the example through healing. Aries, this is going to be in your 10th house of career, public standing, personal status, goals, fame, success, achievement, and public image. There's going to be energy channeled directed to creative channels. You're going to work on your goals, new ideas, and prospects. So this may be the perfect time to take care of some career matters that have been developing for a little while. And although things are going to be, excuse me, oh, excuse me, holy cow, hold on. Sorry about that. Gross. So where was I? Although the pace may be accelerated and last-minute additions come crowding in, you're going to have a fuller, rosier picture of just where you stand in your profession and what people think of you. Okay, this is when you promote yourself. Okay, whatever it is that you do, this period of time will have extra power if you promote yourself, especially during this full moon. Okay, there's going to be a lot of people talking about you. And they're going to be, it's going to get louder and louder and louder. There's going to be more people who want a piece of you. Okay, so start figuring out ways to take that to the bank. And although you may be tempted to hide away and isolate yourself, go ahead and wave your own flag. I mean, do what you love. Take care of your own needs. Okay, if you need me time, then take it. The shadow side for the Aries at this transit is the risk of public scandal. Taurus, this is going to be in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, friends. Excuse me. Friends, social life, groups, society. You're going to have unshakable loyalty, strong passions, and the ability to capture the imagination of the public. Okay, so you're wanting to relax Be comfortable with your surroundings. And Taurus, they like home, so you want to be comfortable at home. And you want to hang out with your friends, your close, intimate friends, and that's only if you're willing to disconnect from your daily grind and tap into your personal happy side for a while. More me time, okay, but celebration with friends. And it is the holidays, so there's going to be fine food, pleasant company, tales of shared lives and mutual adventures. And you're going to realize that the good life is about feelings, not money, friendship, and not possessions. Okay, you could feel satisfaction, okay, just from letting things happen. And when you do that, you invite in all the blessings that surround you, despite what is going on in the world, okay? And if you want a peak experience, it's coming. It's in the wings now, okay? You can make it happen. So take the time to also put a seal on relationships that elevate and support you, okay? Let your loved ones know that you love them. Shadow side. You could be accessible to unreliable friends and scandal, not of your own making. So somebody might be causing you some trouble, Taurus. Gemini, this is going to be in your 12th house of self-undoing, secrets, sorrows, secret dreams, endings, closure, healing, and spirituality. You are going to have magnetic and daring intellect and the ability to touch others' feelings. Although this full moon may at times seem to place you between dream and hallucination, it emphasizes the ability to perceive and commune with your inner self in ways that you might have been cut off from. Hence the hidden talent like that I was speaking of. Okay, so you might find yourself more psychic. And this is happening with the air signs also, not just the Geminis. In more mundane affairs, there are some things that you're working on behind the scenes and it comes to fruition. And you may want to keep that on the down low unless you want people to know about it, okay? And during this full moon, be careful, okay? Avoid confrontations right now because it could put you at a disadvantage, okay? Use more subtle means to gain your ends when emotions are running high. Now, with your Gemini, the shadow side is possible disappointment that could come through your mother or your family. Cancer, this is going to be in your first house of self, personality, self-expression, first impression, beginnings, your attitude. You're going to have intensity and depth of feeling, a superb intuition, and hypnotic power in creative works. Intense emotions are going to consume you, okay? For a day or so, you may find things that are a little off and maybe a little wacky. It's because of you. Sorry. I am the bringer of truth. I'm going to tell you like it is. It's you. The time is right and the pressure is on to finish some things, okay? You need to finish up and tie up some loose ends and then showcase it, you know. You need to emphasize not what you're doing, but who you truly are, okay? And it's the right time to shine. You could be a little giddy about what's happening in your life right now, but that's part of the surrounding picture of the full moon, and it's time for you to take a ride on that energy and make it yours. Cancer, shadow side is being oversensitive, moody, and you could have the tendency to dissipate energies. It's like minimizing energies. The quiet self-pity, okay? You want to go, but you're holding it in, letting it fester. Leo, this is going to be in your second house of material security, money and possessions, values, work, your daily routines, your environment. You're going to direct your energy towards creative channels. You're under a little more intensity than usual right now, and you need to wrap things up financially, collect on your projects that have finished, and tie up all your loose ends. So you also need to be careful of spending. It could be an emotional spending. It's hard to do on a full moon, and especially around Christmas, because things are crazy and your judgment could be a little off. But put your focus on finishing that last payment, the final accessory to a project. You need to complete what you already have going, and then show it off. Okay, and make the most of that. Don't keep putting stuff into your inbox. Work on what you already have started work on. Okay, you should concentrate on that and reaping the rewards. The shadow side for the Leo is being greedy, extravagant, spending money emotionally and often unwisely. Virgo, this is going to be in your third house of communications, intellectual ability, siblings, friends, neighbors, and community. You're going to have unshakable loyalty, strong passions, and the ability to capture the imagination of the public. There's going to be a lot of chatter around you, okay? Everybody's trying to talk to you. Everybody's trying to get a hold of you. You've got a bunch of people you've got to get a hold of. There's phone calls and emails and text messages and Facebook posts. Shut up, everybody. But that's how the full moon is usually like. And there's a lot of communication going on as you tie up loose ends also. And they're starting to amount to something. You're going to see some fruit from this. Now, you're going to have a lot of important things to do last minute. So don't fully book your schedule. Leave a little bit of time to go on the fly, okay? And don't overschedule yourself. You need to concentrate on matters that require conclusion and closure, okay? Save any new ideas for a later time when you can give them the proper attention and energy they deserve. So Virgo, your shadow side is you could be moody, unstable, and you could have the tendency to interfere in the lives of others. Stop that micromanaging, okay? Libra, this is going to be in your fourth house of home, early and later emotional security, family and roots, excuse me. Now, you're going to have magnetic and daring intellect and the ability to touch others' feelings. You may find that you could use a little more space at home as everyone there, including yourself, is taking up a lot more psychic space than usual right now. That means there's a lot of thinking going on and people need me time in order to process. It can be a little claustrophobic and you can get on each other's nerves, or you can use it and make it an opportunity to connect more by opening that personal space and letting people in and feeling comfortable with each other. Or you can just get out of the house and take a break. Whatever you choose to do, you're going to find yourself with matters coming to a head, okay? When matters come to a head, that's like a confrontation, a showdown, some type of power struggle, okay? And you're finally going to be pulling some conclusions out of that, just how well your internal game plan has been working out. Literally and figuratively, good fences make good neighbors, but only when strategically placed, okay? It's time to finish your fence and test it. Libra, shadow side, you resist facing up to reality. Scorpio, this is going to be in your fifth house of sex and creativity, enjoyment of life, resources, play, self-expression. You're going to have intensity and depth of feeling, superb intuition, and hypnotic power in creative works. Be spontaneous, okay? And it's time to kick back and have some fun, especially with close friends and children. If you go to a party and you want to go a little bit over the top, go for it. Now's the time. You're going to be around people who are feeling the same way, okay? It's a general time of celebration for all with this transit and during this holiday season, okay? There's passion and intensity on any topic that you choose, and it can run rampant while enthusiasm overflows, okay? If you're trying to work, you're going to be swimming against the tide. So if you have the option, go with the flow and have fun for once. If you are working on a creative project, make sure that you take pictures or get a hard copy or something that you can preserve it with, saving it on a hard drive, uploading it to a cloud, whatever. But if you choose to just party, don't worry about working right now at the moment, okay? The shadow side for the Scorpio is you could be overprotective and possessive of lovers and or children. Or lovers who are children. For Sagittarius, this is going to be in your sixth house of service and health, responsibility and organization. You're going to be directing your energy towards creative channels also, okay? If you're not achieving something from your diet or exercise regimen, you need to figure out why, okay? And this should be the time when you're getting things excuse me, when you're getting things together, and it should start paying off. However, you need to watch your excess, your overindulgence with anything, with work, with alcohol, with anything. Basically, you feel that you can do more, eat more, drink more than you really should. Okay, at work you could feel a little overwhelmed as things start piling up, and your time to complete them is like this. Once you put on the finishing touches, you're going to be able to stand back and take pride in your accomplishments. It's a good time for an office party if you can make up a good reason for one, but it's the holidays. We don't need a reason to party right now. So in general, just celebrate everything that you've finished, everything that you were able to get done. Okay, so Sagittarius, the shadow side, is being unstable and indecisive about your responsibilities. Capricorn, this is going to be in your 7th house of marriage and partnership, relationships, and sharing. You're going to have unshakable loyalty, strong passions, and the ability to capture the imagination of the public. Okay, this is a wonderful time to let your partner shine and just sit back and appreciate them and what they're doing and what they stand for. This is full love for the partner. This can mean enjoying the fruits of your mutual labors in the relationship, or it can mean finally fully connecting with somebody you've been developing something special with for a while, feeling at home with your lover, your partner. In either case, the rewards of closely connecting will take center stage, and you can lean on the familiarity that you already have to support what comes next. This can apply equally well in business as in romance, as long as you're dealing with an equal on equal ground. The essence is that you bring things to full bloom right now so you can begin harvesting what you've sown. Shadow side for the Capricorn is being changeable in your love relationships. There could be a possible divorce. Aquarius, this is going to be in your 8th house of death and regeneration, ability to deal with life, intimacy, sex, bonding, shared property, and resources. You're going to have magnetic and daring intellect and the ability to touch others' feelings. If you've been looking for some monetary help, like an extra credit line or somebody that can lend you some money, this is likely the time when you're going to be able to do it, okay? As long as you've got all your ducks in a row. That may mean scrambling for some last-minute details or information to make a deadline, but there's some real potential here. It's also good psychic weather for putting the finishing touches on some restoration projects, picking up that antique you've been wanting, and clearing out the cobwebs that may have been settling on lesser used items. You'll have the courage to toss out those useless things you've been hoarding, and the burst of freedom will do you good. So the theme for this full moon is finish clearing the decks for action, because you're about to go, go, go. Now, the shadow side for the Aquarius is you may suffer the early loss of a mother or wife. And this is, in general, it may not necessarily be during this full moon, but this is a theme, a general theme for the sun sign of Aquarius. I always hate to tell you guys bad stuff, but the information needs to be spoken. Pisces, this is going to be in your 9th house of mental exploration, long distance travel, philosophical beliefs, study, higher learning, ethics, and moods. You're going to have intensity and depth of feeling, superb intuition, and hypnotic power in creative works. Think big, stretch the imagination, and push the envelope of your beliefs and feelings. This full moon is going to be eye-opening for you. The energy that's in the air will expand your window into the world, especially where there's been an ongoing operation already in the works. You might feel like you've suddenly put all the puzzle pieces together, okay? And now you're going, what do I do? Okay? Don't worry. Everything has its way of working out. It's going to work out somewhere. It'll take care of itself somewhere down the line, okay? So there's going to be some good news on the legal front, and things are wrapping themselves up and coming to a conclusion. But don't count your chickens yet, okay? Because you can overestimate. some main issues can get resolved now, as all parties are willing to go an extra mile to agree in principle, if not the details. Pisces, you have the tendency, shadow side, tendency to be vague, dreamy, and impractical. Now, we've got a whole shitload of things going on in the stars. There are many, many assisting transits that are going on right now. So I'm going to read you where the planets are right now. Okay, so Capricorn, we have the Sun, Saturn, Pluto, and okay, well, I guess you get my face. Sun, Saturn, Pluto, and the South Node all in Capricorn right now. Okay, so there's a lot of focus on career, your integrity, power, abuse of power. There's transformation. There's being transformation from your karmic past lessons, having discipline and focus. Okay, for Cancer, we have the full moon in Cancer in the North Node in Cancer. So we are moving towards being more open and more receptive and feeling happy about it. Okay, it's also about your empathic powers. Okay, and some of you who are in fact becoming more in tune with your powers, you know, North Node is in Cancer too, so this is your destiny. Okay, if you can accept that, then you can be living in full authenticity. In Pisces, we have Neptune, we have Mars, and we have Chiron. This is moving us to heal, moving us to get closure, pushing us to transcend and ascend. We have Venus in Scorpio. That's clarity and love. We have Mercury and Jupiter in Sagittarius, meaning we're thinking big and the possibilities are even bigger. Okay, so Sun in Capricorn, this was about having a strong sense of self and the drive to succeed. Okay, you're going to achieve success, but for a lot of you, it's going to be somewhere in the middle of your life. Hey, I'm middle life. There could be some problems if you don't balance the home and the work life right now. And with Sun in Capricorn, it can be extremely difficult because there's a lot of focus on your career. Okay, you've got strong leadership ability and the power to influence others. There's energy and vitality and decisions and individuality. The thing with Sun in Capricorn, there could be shadow side. All I have under the shadow side, because I put the shadow side inside the weekly horoscope. So for that, basically I only have the physical aspects, which are, it could affect your bones, your back, your spine, your knees, or your teeth. Okay, so we have the Sun in Capricorn opposing, exactly opposite of the full moon in Cancer. This is work life versus home life balance. There are inner conflicts about the self and insecurities. There could be contradictory actions that can be like projection or power trips, power struggles. Okay, and there's a lot of emotional sensitivity. Okay, so we also have the moon in Taurus at 0 degrees, sextiling Uranus retrograde in Aries, okay, and that's at 28 degrees. So we're holding space for something new in the career, to a surprising change that's completely different, having the courage to do something different, and that's at 28 degrees. That's a 10. It's a completion of a cycle. Okay, so we're going to be rolling into the 11 pretty soon. As soon as it gets to 29 degrees, we'll be manifesting a surprising change. So it's Sun in Capricorn tried Uranus and Aries is an unexpected decision. It could be an explosion, a fire. This is attention, focus, and energy to a surprising, unexpected event. And that can go from shame all the way to fame, okay? It's unexpected attention. We've got Venus in Scorpio at 14 degrees, trining Neptune and Pisces at 13 degrees. They're very, very close, okay? So that is heightened creativity. There's interest in mysticism. People are looking at astrology and all things mystic. everything is powerful. It's powerful and spiritual and beautiful. A lot of fulls on this full moon. Okay, it's powerful artistic potential, but you definitely need firm direction. And then there's that T-square. We've got the North Node in Cancer at 28 degrees. We've got the South Node in Capricorn at 28 degrees. And we have Uranus in Aries at 10 degrees. The day that this transit starts, or it goes exact, and this one is going to last until, like, I think it was March 24 or something, but the day it became active, we had 410s, which is a completion of a cycle, a rollover into the new. No coincidence, because we are at 0 degrees in this full moon, and we've got several more 0 degrees full moon. Now this one is your destiny. In harmony with your past karmic lessons. And when you have the T-square in the sky, there's 2 points, and the exit point where the energy needs to exit is that third point. The third point in this case is Uranus and Aries, so there'd be a surprising risk, a radical change, like boom, all of a sudden Santa Claus stops wearing red and decides to wear purple. It's like, what the hell? Okay, well, he's taking a risk. He's being brave and courageous and expressing themselves authentically. So there could be you're leaving the male ego behind. You could be sympathizing with the feminine or the rise of the feminine, or being more nurturing to people when you used to not be. When you were a workaholic, you could change your job. You could change where you live. You could have to travel for a new job. You know, at any rate, you're needing to be in charge and independent, and you're original. The way that you look and the way that you dress is all your own. You are unique, okay? This could also force you to take a risk, or suddenly be open to a change, or to be open to a sudden forced change. Along with that, we also have Mercury conjunct with Jupiter at 9 degrees Sagittarius. So that is, your mind is active, okay? And you're thinking big, and you have good judgment. Your sense of humor is still there, sarcastic albeit, okay? But you don't like details. You could be feeling lucky. You could have new prospects, okay? There's higher perspectives, and you could be communicating happiness or your wisdom and looking forward to the future with high hopes. And it's at 9 degrees, so 9 is about healing. It's about unconditional love. It's about purging, okay? It's about setting an example. We also have Venus in Scorpio sextiling Saturn, okay? 14 degrees. And Saturn's at 10 degrees in Capricorn. So this is a constructive influence in business partnerships and in love relationships. You're serious and faithful, okay? And you tell people about it. You're no longer keeping any secrets about it. You're voicing your opinion. Sometimes it could be on social media, but you're expressing yourself with confidence. And that's another 5 and 10. I've been seeing a lot of 5s and 10s. In transits, in a lot of the numerology and the